Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 7600 Northeast Sacramento Street here in Portland. We're located on the left side of the home underneath the stairwell. We have a 4-inch cast iron cleanout. We're going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We have a kitchen sink running currently, and we also had a basin sink in the basement running as well. I haven't had any water come through yet, so we'll try and figure out where that water is headed to as we go. We've run into a few wipes caught in the line here, hung up. We'll see if these things move on their way as we go throughout the line. I will likely recommend those be removed or cleaned out of the line if they're not moving on their way. That in older rough cast iron, the only thing you want to be putting down your line is toilet paper, not paper towels, stuff like that. Those will hang up quite easily. Yeah. I think here is where we're actually connecting in. We'll do a toilet flush upstairs here in a moment to see if it routes through this clean out or not, but I think we've actually reached the point at which water is flowing through the line here. Yeah, we're going to go locate and see where we are here. This turn here is hanging the camera up. And I apologize, I left the recording running here. Been looking at nothing there for probably 5 minutes or more. I apologize. So I'm unable to locate the clean out, or not, sorry. Well, can't find a secondary clean out anyway, but I was unable to locate the camera head where it's currently residing. And I walked the full perimeter of the property across the back fence line, both sides of the house and out front. I have a feeling the line is, it looks like it's extremely deep. It's done a lot of dives. So you may have to pull records. We'll try and locate as we get closer back into here. You got a little bit of standing water right there. It starts just in front of the camera. And for whatever reason, it looks like my foot counter decided to reset. But we stopped at about 75 feet. And the 0 point was just at the base of this clean out axis we're going through right now. But we'll pull back to where this line Y connects with the other line and see if we can't locate that, just to figure out which direction the line is actually going. It wouldn't surprise me if it goes off the back hillside. It'd be a great way to go for the sake of gravity, but we'll see. Yeah, that minor standing water I mentioned for a moment out towards where we stopped, it's minor. There's no buildup there. There's no evidence of blocking. I wouldn't really expect to see that, to be honest with you, with how small that belly was. And this house has been here a very, very long time. If that were an area that were causing somewhat consistent or frequent issues, it would be very, very obvious. We'd have lots of buildup there. That one is it's too minor, in my opinion, to require any kind of repairs. We've got multiple wipes throughout the line that are hung up. We just went past one there. I would like to see those cleaned out of the line, if at all possible. The other thing I noticed in that first 30 feet or so, up until you reach the Y connection, there was quite a lot of scale buildup in the line, which will lead to, or can lead to, blockages anyway, or buildup in the line. It creates for a cast iron's already somewhat rough on the inside. You have a bunch of jagged, rusty pieces in there. It can really hang debris up as it shoots through the line. Pretty consistently across a lot of the pipe here we're looking at, we do have some standing water. It's hovering around the 1/16 of an inch mark. And not that, 1/16 of an inch is feasibly can cause debris to collect. I don't really see any buildup associated with it. And the amount of effort and work it would cost to rectify that. I mean, based on the lack of buildup here in the line, it doesn't appear to have caused any blockages. But we're going to try and go locate here and see where the line's at this point. All right, so I was able to locate the camera here. We were able to pull some records up. So the line where we're at right now, if you're standing in the street looking at the front of the house, we are on the left side of the property line, probably a good 25 feet out from the left side of the house. So given that, we made it about 40 feet beyond this point, or 45, something like that. It's feasible we made it fairly close to the street edge. Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure where these, I thought this outside clean out, and this may just simply be a vent stack. I flushed the toilet on the main level that's on the far left side of the house. When I look down inside this clean out though, at the Y connection that comes into it, it's bone dry. So I'm still not entirely sure what this branch of pipe over here services. But I can see a wipe caught just inside the clean out, so clearly a toilet is attached to it. Now we're going to try and locate here. Alrighty, so we have found another clean out here in the backyard. It's probably 15-20 feet back from where I believe the Y connection is, where I picked that locate signal up. But it's in line with it. I believe it's part of the sewer line, or the clean out that may service the branch of pipe after they converge together. So, and where I'm locating here, I'm getting a really weak signal. The line is very, very deep by the time it makes its way out to the road. Based on where we ended up at, I think we stopped very, very close to the street edge. We'll see if we can't get back around this turn here. Yeah, I'm going to end up breaking my camera if I keep slamming this thing through here. We're going to move to this other clean out and see if we can't get further down line. But without a clean out access in the basement, at least that I can tell or find, I would recommend trying to scope the branch of pipe that we tie into at the Y connection. In order to do that, you'd likely have to pull a basement floor toilet. Alright, we're going to come through the Y, but this is what I'm talking about. Everything prior to that Y connection there, we can't see. And that's where all the water I'm running is flowing through. It's not coming through the branch of pipe we're actually gaining access to the sewer line through. It's possible that this portion of the line here may only service possibly the very top floor of the house. Because like I said before, I'll show it as I reel the camera up through the clean out. The line was bone dry, and I flushed the toilet up there a little bit ago, and I still have no water evidence in this Y connection here. It's hard to tell how much of the house this part of the line we're in currently actually is serviced by. You've certainly got debris in it and paper products, so I know it's handling at least the top floor of the house, the very top floor. That's what it would appear to be anyway. As I flush the toilet, it's almost directly above our heads, close to it, but just inside the house there, and it doesn't appear to come through here. I'm hoping this other clean out we found bypasses a bunch of turns unless this gets all the way to the street. And this clean out I'll leave exposed. It's just at the base of the kind of the last portion of the rock wall here in the backyard, or I guess it's somewhat the side yard. So here's the clean out. Just barely inside this, you'll see this Y that comes in here. You can see how that pipe is bone dry. So that's why I was kind of surprised to see that toilet just, on the main floor didn't route through there. So I can't figure out exactly what all is attached to this part of the line. We're going to move over. I would recommend descaling that first 36 feet and cleaning the wipes out. It is still functional, but you've got a fair amount of scale buildup and debris that's collected in that part of the line. And if you decide to do any of that, make sure rescoping is done and they show you the work. The last thing I want to see you do is have someone come out here and do it willy-nilly, jet the line and knock tons of rust loose and then not get the rust out of the line. Getting the rust out of the line is the harder part of the descale process. Knocking it loose is not difficult at all. All right, we've moved over to the second clean out here. I'll try and show that in relation to where we were just at. We're almost straight out from it. This big tree here, that staircase, you can see right past the tree. We were directly underneath that. It's just slightly at an angle straight out over here at the base of this rock wall. And we'll leave it exposed. You've got a lot of debris sitting at the base of that clean out there.
There's water.
There is water. Let's see if it's flowing.
Or is it moving?
I think that may be moving. I think we may have reached the point which we have water connecting in.
So is there a sink that was left on inside?
No, I turned it back on. So, and right now we have the bathroom and kitchen sink on the main floor running. All right, we've reached the city main here. Looks like we're gonna try and go locate it if we can. Alrighty, I have picked up a weak signal out in the street, roughly in line with where this clean out is at. The line does jog around a little bit, but I'm picking up a signal pretty much straight out from where we are, and it's coming in line with the manhole in the road. At the depth it's at, it's not one that I would confirm with, I could tell you with 100% certainty that's where it's at, but this is a very rare occurrence here. I think we're still, may still be cast iron pipe out here. I had a bad angle on the screen on the way out. It may have switched over to concrete at one point. We'll pull back and see if we can find a transition joint. And we do still have water running.
You want me to have them flush the toilet?
Okay, so there's the transition right there. It's 4-inch pipe all the way out. It doesn't transition to 6-inch, it doesn't look like. So that's what made it a little harder to see the transition. But right here at 48 feet is that spot. So I'm going to push just into this and see if I can locate it at the street edge here. All right, and I can't see, if you can see there, as I'm right now I'm coming up the vertical cleanout stack. At the base of it, there is a lot of buildup and junk. I can't tell if there's a Y connection there, that stuff actually routes through the base of this cleanout or not, or if it's just up ahead of it. But if you're gonna do any cleaning, I would have the cleaning company run their machine through here too and blow all that junk out of the pipe. You've just got a ton of buildup sitting at the base of this cleanout. I wish I could see more than that. There's just too much buildup there. But shortly thereafter, once you drop in there, you start picking up water flow. So anyhow, the branch of the pipe that we'd like to see here, there's no clean out for, so I'd recommend pulling a toilet so that you can scope that branch of pipe. And we're gonna go flush the topmost toilet in the house to see if it comes down through that clean out we originally went through. But everything from this clean out, other than the buildup to the main lateral, the cast iron is in fair condition. It has adequate flow, and it is functioning at this time. It's that first branch you went through with all the scale buildup and the debris in it is my bigger concern. There's just lots of buildup in it. So I'd like to see that at least cleaned out, and cleaned out the base of this clean out as well over here.